today we're on a more interesting type of trip than I normally take. I happen to have seen this video about the ghost of the swamp witch in the green swamp, and I sent it to Steve, and Steve really likes all that paranormal stuff, so he said, let's go research it. So I said, all right, I haven't been in the woods in a long time. I'm more philosophical and just like to be in the woods and all mellow and stuff, but Steve really always likes to look for the mysteries and stuff, and it's always kind of exciting to go along on some of his adventures. So I'm looking forward to what weird adventures we have tonight, searching for the swamp witch in the green swamp. It should be a little bit of rain. It might get a little bit heavier than right now, but as that system in the Gulf is supposed to be moving away, but we might get some bands, with some quick storms. That really won't last that long as the bands go through. Kind of windy, make sure I'm not tenting underneath a lot of trees and stuff like that, but I think it'll be alright. I don't think it's really going to be that bad, and it's okay if it rains, there's all kinds of different weather, so as long as I'm in the woods, it's always all good. Well, we're getting some sprinkles, which isn't bad, it's okay. I got a poncho, so I'm all set for that, a rain poncho. I think it was Mark Twain that said this, and I always take it to heart, and I don't get really too upset when there's a weather change. And I think he said, there is no bad weather, just different types of weather. And that's so true. You just need to improvise, overcome, and adapt to whatever the weather is, and still enjoy the trails that you're on. Find this place a little bit hectic and harrowing, so glad to be on the right path. Almost there. Man, I was going around in circles. Look at that. Not only cattle, but we got a bison right there as well. That's pretty cool, huh? Long time to find this. I got lost on all these country roads, so finally made it. So I'm glad to be here. Well, my favorite kind of roads are campsites right off of the forest road. I hope it's not too busy. But I'm gonna go for a short hike on the forest road, and we'll definitely go for a night hike on the forest road. But we also need to find the river trail so that we could research the swamp witch. So hopefully there's a trail guide. I remember being at a primitive campsite camping here before, and I think I was right near the primitive trail looking for, well, I didn't know what the swamp witch was at the time, but I always tend to do a little bit of a night hike before I go to sleep. But maybe there's a map trail over here at this kiosk. I'll go check it out. The heat isn't too bad right now. There's a little bit of a wind, and there's some cloud cover. It's been really hot the past few days, but not too bad today. But I like the heat, though. The heat really doesn't bother me much at all. You get me out here in January and February camping in Florida with 80% humidity, the cold goes right to the bone, and I don't like it at all. When you have the high humidity and 20 and 30 degrees, man, that's rough. But the heat, it doesn't bother me. I like it. It's nice to have a little bit of time. Got everything all set up at campsite. Go for a walk. And Campfire Steve probably be here in about 45 minutes or so. Help him set up camp, plan out the evening, and do some paranormal, looking for the ghost of the swamp witch. Which is kind of cool. It makes kind of camping interesting and different than the plain old usual stuff. So I'm looking forward to a little bit of an adventure. Nice and quiet. Lots of shade. It's beautiful. Limestone rock. In this area, the two main mines were for limestone and phosphate. And we'll probably come across some old phosphate mines or limestone mines on this hiking trail. Wow, that's really some tall pines right there, huh?
Yep.
Coyote track there. You always know it's a canine because you can get the claws as opposed to a bobcat or other cats that have the retractable claws. Well, we've been on this dirt road for a while. It's a nice hike though. It's the end of, is that more fence?
Oh yeah, it runs for a while.
And it's a cemetery, you sure?
Yep.
Huh. Interesting. Here, look at this Bigfoot. That was one tall Bigfoot right here. Bending that tree, huh?
Yeah, but it didn't get the top all the way down. Doesn't count unless the top is
uh, well, we still have about an hour and a half of sun. And then we'll head out closer to the river and see if we see the ghost of the swamp witch. I always get antsy and want to be walking in the woods most of the time when I'm out here, so I'm going to walk through here, see if anything interesting is all along the road. Close to the campsite, so you get to hear some folks talking, dogs barking, things like that. Well, this is kind of nice. Picnic area and a boat ramp. Well, you can see how low the river is. We're still in a drought. Look at all those air plants living on the cypress trees. That's kind of cool. All over them, every limb and branch. Air plants. Very cool. I don't think this is the actual river. It's probably a tributary to the river, but you can just see how low it is. Really low. And nice and clear. And beautiful. Except for the airplane noise. Look, on the tree here, some sort of mold or fungus. Almost looks like a face. It's almost getting dark. We're gonna head out along the river into the swamp and do some exploring for the swamp witch. It should be interesting for sure. We're gonna go searching for the ghost of the swamp witch. Campfire Steve's the paranormal expert, so we'll let him lead the adventure for sure. You ready, Steve?
All set. Let's do this.
All right.
Use a wide area light without too much intensity, and that'll bring out eye shine out in the woods.
Cool.
Yeah, you would miss it with a high intensity light because it basically bleeds it out.
So that's a better light right there.
Just for seeing the eye shine. I can switch to a more focused beam in a moment. If I see something, you flop it. Seems like they're not scared of that light when it's like this.
You got to keep an eye out for the sign that says to the river or to the boat ramp.
We're getting there.
Hog Island.
Home of the swamp witch.
Just taking us back to the river?
I think it's parallel on the river. The way it turned, I thought we'd hit it for sure. I must really take a sharp bend. Landmark in this area, just get turned around. Plus it's a spooky looking tree. Orange paint on it.